Good evening, everyone, from Halloween Haunt here at King's Dominion. So, we have been to this event before. We came here last year, and of course, last year, all the mazes were free. So, how will it be now that every maze is now an upcharge? It costs $10 to do all the mazes here at King's Dominion. So, today we're going to be looking at if they are worth it. We're going to be seeing all the mazes, all the scare zone, everything here for King's Dominion's Halloween Haunt in 2025. Let's go in. So quick thing, I have some clarification. If you can't hear me over the music, I'm really sorry. We're at the front of the park. So, because you have to pay, you have a wristband for it, right? So, to get this wristband, you need, at the front of every maze here at King's Dominion, you will need to go, and once you bought it, you will scan it, and apparently that's where you will get your wristband. And so that's how you're going to be able to do all the mazes here. So we still don't have wristbands yet, but we have already bought them. And like I said, they're $10 per person. It's a Saturday today. I would say it's on like modern crowds. I would say this is like regular night. But it's still $10. I know places such as Scarowinds, they have it in tiered ranking. Like, it's based on attendance. So if they know Saturday's gonna be full, that's why it's $25 to do it on a Saturday than it is to do it on a Friday, which is still going to be $15. So here it didn't change, but maybe that's just because all days have been busy or they weren't expecting as many people. So it's one or the other.
Presenting the Overlord. I have returned to do that which Queen Majesty could not. To bring terror upon this part, the likes of which have never been seen. I have fought many years to gain control of this dominion.
So that was their intro, which is very different because last year it was much more different in which they had singers. This year it was just an intro and then they just passed by and that was really it. So yeah, it was a little bit lackluster compared. I wish they had done more singing. I saw that Dorney did something, so I'm really sad they didn't do more, but still, it's a good way for it to all come together and have one theme. I really like it when it all has one story. Before we get into any minute, this is where you're going to make the line and you're going to get your wristband. So you'll have to make it, if you're like towards King's Dominion MonsterCon, which is on the way towards Old Virginia, you're going to have to walk past that tower and this is where you're going to get in. So now we're in line to get those.
So you've taken an oath. Perception seminar.
I'm just gonna say there is no new maze, so we've already done all of them from last year. But I want to see how it is. This was my least favorite. It's King's Dominion's MonsterCon. Wasn't a big fan of it because there wasn't a lot of scare actors and a lot of it was lit up. It was just okay. But well, we're gonna see. Maybe that now you have to pay. Maybe these mazes get better. But that's really what we're gonna be here seeing. You probably can't see me. It's gonna be hard to hear me. But anyway. We're gonna see how it is. Alright, so as MonsterCon being the first maze, I'm already gonna say it was so much better than last year. I will say that I'm not sure if it's just me, but they weren't scaring. I wasn't getting scared as much because I'm really over there. I'm going, hey. But there are definitely a lot more actors in there. Last time there were barely any. So this is definitely an upgrade from last year. I still don't think it's the best of the best, but I still think it's much better than what it used to be. So at least that's one thing. Maybe that's from the change of $10, and maybe that's just they decided to upgrade it. The next maze will be Cornstalkers, which I remember really enjoying this one. It's outdoors. It feels like just like a corner maze, but with food. So let's see how it is. I already saw an upgrade with MonsterCon, so maybe this is even better than what it was last year. So, but we're gonna see. Of course, no recording inside, so this is all you're gonna see. The screams of joy. Pumpkin.
That's not.
What if it is? She should have got herself spooked like this.
Why?
So we did corn stalkers, and I think it's the same level that it used to be. I would say there's parts where it gets really narrow, and since it gets so narrow, they don't have any scare actors at all. So I would say it's just the same as last year, except at the end, I will say, spoiler alert, it's this guy, and he's just like swinging back and forth right there in front of you. It's real, like it jumps out of you. So that's at the end. It's really cool. And there was a scare actor before the thing started. So that was also cool.
How's the weather up there, buddy? I want a dinosaur for Christmas.
The next maze will be Grimwoods, the second out of the 2 outdoor mazes here. It's really blurry right now. I'm really sorry. It's just in the dark. I can't fix it up. So this one, I like it, but it's not very much of scares. It's much more light. It's more of like a story of like if things went wrong. But again, let's see how it is. After getting on Grimwoods, okay, first thing I want to say is that the first one is Little Red Riding Hood. And if you know, there's the Big Bad Wolf. And what is the direct competitor to King's Dominion? Busch Gardens, Williamsburg. And they just opened the Big Bad Wolf, Wolf's Revenge. So I was like, it's literally just Busch Gardens. So, it was better than last year. But I think they're still lacking in scare actors. Most of the time it's literally just you walking, but at least the scare actors were doing the best that they could, even though there was very, very minimal amount of scare actors. Something weird I've never heard. Maybe it's something that happens regularly, but this Windseeker, they just said that they could only have the maximum of 8 this cycle, next cycle 16, and the next cycle 32, which I've never seen them build on cycles like that, a maximum. So I don't know why they're doing that, but someone else smarter than me probably knows.
For the Japan out here, so the story hold on site and your review. Welcome back, riders. So you can enjoy the view from the top. Once the rides come to a full, complete stop on the ground, you can unbuckle your seatbelt, lift up on your lock bar, collect all loose articles, and exit out for express shop.
So we got on Windseeker, and being the first Windseeker I've ever done at night, I think the best way to do a Windseeker is at night, especially here at King's Dominion. You could see all the park in these lights. There's fog coming out everywhere from the fog machines. It's just really cool, and I think it's definitely really cool the views you could get. You can see a bunch of lights from the factories nearby. It's really, really cool. And now we're moving on to our next maze, which is Blood in the Bayou. I remember liking the set design, so hopefully they kept up with the set design from last year. But we're gonna see how that is, and hopefully it's a cool maze and they kept going and maybe even built more on what they already had. So we just made it off Blood on the Bayou, even though I just said it like we just got off a coaster. No, I don't say, luckily they did kept the amazing sets. There's like one ginormous room and it's just so perfectly made that room that like it's all like it's just so beautiful how they did it, like beautiful in the creepy way. I personally just like this is a me personal thing. I'm not a fan of like the blood stuff, like eggs just all over the place. That's not really for me. It feels like it has an identity crisis because it's not really themed. I'd say some of them have stories, and this one is just kind of not like it's blood and bayou, and it doesn't really like fit together. It's just like two things put together. So, yeah, it was good. It felt shorter than last time, but yeah, they do take your picture. So if you do want your picture, I stare dead at the camera like this. Boo. Next maze will be Trick or Treat, which is presented by Snickers, of course, with the new sponsors, with the new merger. I remember doing this last year, and I think I had a cool idea where you were like going trick or treating, and then like things went wrong. So I don't remember exactly. I'll remember when I get in there, but let's see how it is. So we got on Trick or Treat. I think this probably has also a really nice prop, but it felt really short, and I'm not sure if that was because it is short. It could be something like that, or it's because everyone is running through that line. It feels like I'm like here taking like big steps to catch up because I feel like I'm even taking too slow, which I'm normally a fast like walker. So yeah, I still think it's really good. I really like how the dolls like they have. It was good. It was good. And it was really that they were all dressed up as Halloween. So I'm not sure if you're going trick-or-treating or what. That's something I really wish if these mazes more had stories to them. That'd be really, really cool. But, yep, of course they do not have stories.
Welcome to the drop
next
tower.
I'm heading into the drop tower because I love these ginormous insane drop towers.
As a reminder,
Hello guys, you all have your pink wristbands. It's time to be ready.
Amazing drop tower. I just love that thing. I do wish the seats would spin, but that's like a minor complaint. Like, yeah, but it's if it would spin, yeah, but still, it's a really good drop tower for being that tall. For getting to those speeds, you break really close to the ground. I really enjoy it. So, it's one of the best drop towers I've been personally. I put it up there with like Hollywood Tower Terror.
Do you want any trash?
Yes.
It came from my mouth. Yum, yum, yum.
What are you looking at?
We're going to the very cheery Planet Snoopy, but they have not very cheery stuff. They have the Maze Sphere, which will be our final one. So, let's go check it out. So you can't see it right now, but we made it off. Well, not made it off, but we got out of fear. The whole thing is that like it uses all your fears. So there's a fear of snakes, and so that's what they did with Anaconda. They took. If you're wondering where they took it, and it's over here. So that's where it is. But I'd say it's a decent house. There's like kind of like a freeze show at the beginning, and that's when they really like spook
They're water fountains.
They go and they come in when it opened, and then someone came out all of a sudden and jump scared us, and that was really cool. So, but yeah, that completes all the mazes. But of course, we gotta get a ride on the due for 2025 Rat Terra, so we still gotta get on that, and probably get on a few more scare zones. ride on front inside seat, front right inside seat, which in my opinion is the best seat you can ride it in. Not right, I think I still prefer left, but anyway, it doesn't really matter on that for me. It's because in the front row, it's the less of the shake that you get with most B&Ms, and with it being on the inside seat, it's even less. So I felt nothing, and it was completely smooth all the way through. It was extremely good, and I think that was the best ride in Repterra I've gotten so far.
I loved it. 10 out of 10.
It's definitely running really fast because in the Raptor roll, there is no hang time. Unlike usually there is hang time, it's speeding through all those elements. That corkscrew, it whips through it. So, especially that S-bend, it's definitely going extremely fast. It's really well fast-paced. I think this is probably second best night ride you can get here other than Twisted Timbers. That concludes our visit to King's Dominion's Halloween Haunt. And to answer the question, is Halloween Haunt worth it? I will say, for the $10 you're paying per person, I would say yeah, you do get ultimate times. You can go with unlimited time because once you get the wristband, they don't scan it or anything, so you can just go in and out as much as you want. I will say though, if you plan on getting the Express, I don't think it's worth it, especially here, because the lines are usually, like, especially towards later in the night goes on later and later. It gets shorter, as well as if just the lines are not that long that I feel like you would need to pay $40 extra just to do Fastlane for these events. So overall, I would say that Express isn't worth it. The Halloween Haunt though here is really worth it. I really love their Halloween Haunt. I wish there were some things that were better. I feel like something that was lacking was shows this year, but maybe that's just me. I wasn't paying attention to the shows. But I really wish they had that grand show that they had last year, and I know they canceled it at Scarowinds, so it's really sad to see this one go here. So, but after that, I would say it's worth it. For $10, it's worth it. Now, for like $20, no. I think $20 per person, no. But I think $15 per person, sure. But $10, yeah, it's a fine deal. Hopefully they don't remove more things with the merger of Six Flags. Hopefully, as you know, sponsorships have arrived. Hopefully sponsorships stay limited, very limited. But overall, I had a very fun time, and if you want to come, I would definitely recommend it, but only if you're not paying, don't pay the $50, like I said, for the Express. So thank you so much for watching. It'd be so cool if you could just like and subscribe. Remember to keep chilling with the Coaster Dude. So I forgot to do a little cutscene. So 6-7.